Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Housing for Good. I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Chris.
So Chris, today our news, are you ready for this?
I am ready.
McPherson Housing Coalition helped a community member that owns her home get a brand new heating and air unit and hot water heater.
Yay! That's so awesome.
It is. Do you want to know how we did it?
No, how do we do it, Carolyn?
Well, we're brilliant. But beside that...
Well, wait. You got to tell the backstory, though. How did it start? How did we even find out about this person?
Well, we were contacted by Jim's Plumbing.
Okay.
Who said there's a woman in our community who doesn't have any heat. And thankfully, at that time, when he got a hold of us, it wasn't cold.
Mm-hmm.
But it got cold. And
it's freezing outside right now.
Sometimes when you give somebody information, timing is everything. So I did not realize it, Brush Up Mac, last April, that this particular homeowner that we were going to help with yard cleanup had just lost her husband.
Oh.
But I talked with her about the USDA Section 504 home repair program at that time, not realizing she had just lost her husband and was too overwhelmed to even think about this program. So then you fast forward, what is that, 6 months?
Yep.
And Jim's is calling us now to say, hey, she has no heat. So I went back to her with the application for this home repair program, and she filled out the paperwork and got us all the documentation. And so we were able to submit that to USDA, and they put her on an emergency list because she had no help. So they haven't actually received their grant funds yet, but they said, put in a furnace, get her what she needs, and we'll deal with it after the fact. So
that is so awesome. And the other thing I'm wondering is this a program that anybody across the nation can use, not just this in our communities? Is it a rural development, any community that's under 25,000 people?
Yeah, rural development, USDA. Mm-hmm. The group we work with is based in Hayes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's our news.
That's great
this
news.
Is actually the second person we've been able to help. Mm-hmm. The first one got a brand new roof and guttering on her house. Mm-hmm. So basically this program helps with those things that make your house livable. Now, basically, if they have the grant money, you can get $10,000 free money. But you can also qualify for up to $40,000 in a loan, a 1% loan. That's that you awesome. Take 20 years to pay off. So it's a great thing for homeowners. Mm-hmm. It's one of those few things that help you if you own your home.
Right, and there's not a lot out there that really helps you if you own your own home. So this is a great program. So if you know of somebody in McPherson County, please contact us. Or if you don't live in McPherson County, check your rural development office across the nation, because I know they have offices in every state across the country. So anyways, what a great story. I love it.
Yeah, now, but I'm not done.
Oh, she's not done
yet. The other thing is, SCED will do weatherization. And we have also had some folks that have been able to qualify for that program. They'll come in, they send an inspector, they check out your whole home. If it has to do with weatherization and economy, basically good windows, good seals on your doors, your insulation, that kind of stuff, they can come in and help you. And I don't honestly know what's the limit that they would help you. Yeah, I don't know what the cap is. Yeah. But I know we've had people in our community that have benefited from that. And so if you are somebody that maybe the weatherization issues with your house are more than you can handle, give us a call, 620-241-7828, extension 17 or 10. 11. There you go. And we will try to find out and help you with the paperwork to get these programs for you.
Oh, that's great. I think that's really good. I'm excited about these programs, and I think they're going to do a lot of good.
Yeah.
Keep it, especially our seniors. They're the ones who really struggle with those costs.
Yeah.
Heating and air costs and all of that. So, yay.
Yeah. Well, and you have to be low income homeowner.
Well, of course.
So,
yes,
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who do we have today,
Okay, well,
Carolyn?
today, so those of you that listen to our podcast regularly, you're going to remember the name Ron Hjertstedt, because Ron and his wife Swati came and talked with us a while back. And we have a new program to MHC now because of Ron being in our lives.
Oh, that's so awesome. So Ron's with us today. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. And you were a lot more talkative last time. So I know Ron probably doesn't know the history of Brush Up Mac. Should we talk about that really quick? Okay,
yeah,
so really quickly we talk about...
Because that's what this program he's helping us with came out of.
Right. It's Brush Up Mac's an annual program, a McPherson County Brush Up Mac program where we go out into the communities one day a year and we help seniors stay in their homes. We do wheelchair ramps. We do peeling paint, depending on what it is. We've done yard work, cleanup. We've hauled lots of stuff off from seniors who don't have any way to do that. I think that last year or the year before we had like 17 pickup loads with one person's house or something.
That one house.
Yes,
it was crazy.
It was crazy. So anyway, so that's a once a year thing. But the problem is that we don't have enough craftsmen and people who can volunteer to do that more than once a year. So somebody could be on the list for 10 years. So what we decided to do is move that program forward, so that seniors can pay a reasonable amount to have some work done around their house. And that's where Ron steps in. And so we're really excited about that. So Ron, tell us a little bit about what you're doing and how this is working.
Well, so far, I had that feeling when I came here that we can fill in these gaps, like the Brush Up Mac was happening once a year. And then there's 364 other days of the year where I could be doing something to help out people. So far, we put the word out and we're getting little calls here and there and filling up a little bit of my time. Historically, what I am is a general contractor and a scheduler and somebody who keeps things organized and on time and communication flowing amongst volunteers or maybe on a job site, all the trades and stuff. So that's usually what my life was. Up until I left for India. So and I am a journeyman union painter. I'm a coatings guy, so I managed for a paint store, so I understand coatings from the inside out, from the other side of the counter, selling them and specifying them for various substrates. And then I went to the other side of the counter and became a contractor for a lot of my life. So that's one thing that I'm good at is painting and coatings, and then I matriculated up into managing mainly commercial sites like for Delta Airlines and Pepsi headquarters. And
we've seen some of his work. He showed us some pictures of his work.
I know, it's really good. It's really good. Yeah.
Okay, now I just want to tell people, if you're listening to this podcast and you're thinking, ooh, I could use some help with something at my house, maybe I should call Ron. You need to do that now. Because as soon as we get some money and we start building, this man is going to be busy.
Yep. He'll still have time for this program, but we definitely will be. We're going to have him moving around a lot, because I know that once people really get to know Ron in our community, you have to kind of get to know people.
Yeah.
So once they get to know him and see what great work he does, then it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about that, quite honestly, to be able to help people, to be able to do stuff for the Housing Coalition. It's going to be good.
Yeah. So Ron, what kind of impact will the work that you are doing, or I know you've only worked on a couple of houses, but what kind of impact will that have on that home's housing stability?
Boy, that's a tough question. I wasn't prepared for that one. But what I really like is I love serving people, and I just love people. Yeah. So what happens is I find people maybe who are in need of some handyman work, some minor work around the house.
Yeah.
They also are in need of an ear, somebody to listen to them,
yeah,
somebody to care about them, listen, and maybe mentor and help them through the process of that, in addition to just being a human presence, because a lot of people are alone and, they just need somebody they can trust. So, that's generally what I do best, is just kind of loving people and caring for them.
Yeah.
And then the work happens. I usually put people and heart and love.
Yeah.
Even when I was working for like some of the wealthiest people in America. I put love way ahead of money. You know what I mean? I'm not doing anything for money.
Yeah.
I care about people. Of course, I like money to work and get paid and stuff.
Most of us do.
Well, and I think it can be a little intimidating to have somebody come into your home that you don't know who they are, and you're going to be vulnerable with them and let them know this is a need that you have and that you don't have a lot of money. For a lot of people, that can be kind of embarrassing, that they're having to ask for help. I hear that all the time. I never ask for help. Okay, well, we're supposed to ask for help.
Right.
So.
And some homes, what I've learned in life is, you have to understand the situation. So some people in some homes, you can't hire and pay for some incredible amount of work because some of these homes are in need of a lot of work. So I need to understand that and do what's needed for somebody, and I know that sometimes in the professional world, in my old world, I was pretty expensive. I mean, I was quite expensive.
Yeah.
Because I only worked for a certain clientele and it was always corporate.
Yeah.
So you have to understand you got to float, and sometimes you have to MacGyver things and, get it to work for people,
Yeah.
Not everybody needs a Cadillac or something. So sometimes you have to.
Yeah, the goal is to keep people in their homes safely.
Yeah.
So that they don't have to move out or be injured. I mean, sometimes we've heard from, can't think of what they're called, Meals on Wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Connie came on our show and said that a lot of her seniors do not have steps that are safe.
Yeah.
So they can't even bring people into their homes to be able to provide food, or if they need somebody to come in and help with nursing care. It's not safe for outsiders to come into their home. So not only are you keeping that person in their home, but you're allowing others to go in there as well. I mean, stabilization in a home is so important. So he's bringing, this real world example where he's actually helping them repair whatever it is. Like he said, MacGyver, and you got to be old like us to even know what that is, right?
Yeah.
You have to know what that means. Kids, if you're under a certain age, MacGyvering things. But, and then he also, he does it in a caring way. And that fits so well with McPherson Housing Coalition, because I feel like we're not only providing housing and stability and programs, but we genuinely care for people.
Yeah.
We care about how they feel. We try to give them pride and dignity. We're not here to rescue you. We're here to walk alongside you and to help you. So this fits. So he's such a perfect fit to our team, that we have such a great team. Yeah. And he's such a perfect fit for our team to be able to walk alongside people and help them and care for them deeply. So I love it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Brush Up Mac, because then I can just help organize it, get the materials where they need to be communicative and organized, and
I'm looking
so that there's
forward to
no
that too.
wasted time, no wasted energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's set up, because that's what I've done. I've set up guys my whole life to perform their job.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that too, aren't you?
I am. Take that off my plate, please.
Yes, take it off our plate. Please do it.
So, a lot of times if something is barely broken and you can get to it before it turns into a major repair, that is always a better fix for the homeowner and the situation. So, Ron, tell us what you've done so far, and don't use people's names. Think of a different name.
Sure.
So call Fred Bob.
There you go.
There's small things that, maybe super pros like I used to be.
Yeah.
Or maybe I am at my core, like, hey, my toilet chain has disappeared.
Yes.
And the flushing flapper inside the tank.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to call up a real pro, it's going to cost a lot of money for them to show up, take time out of the day. You're looking at, I would charge a half a day just to kind of show up at somebody's house, because it costs a lot of money. But hey, I love it. Yeah, I'll go take care of your toilet chain for you, know, or there's a gap in my back door. It's 2 inches and it's all crooked, and I would like to fill that up because the cold air is coming through there.
Yeah.
And yet the rest of the porch is not really stable. So I'm kind of, it's almost like a Rubik's Cube kind of situation. It's like, gee, I need to build you a whole new porch just to fill that gap. that doesn't make sense. So
Yeah,
I have to
yeah,
MacGyver it to fill
yeah,
the gap.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Or raking leaves, or
Yeah.
I love physical work.
Yeah.
I love interpersonal communication and caring about people and
Yeah.
listening to them and getting to the end goal. What is it that they want? And that's what I want to do, is get them what they want.
Yeah. So Carrie and I just put a new basement underneath our house. And we are in our 60s.
You're not supposed to tell people on here how old you are.
Well, I'm
not
not.
anywhere.
I'm just in that generational thing.
I'm younger than her. I just want to make this
Okay, fine. You can be younger than me. But here's what I'm saying. What I'm learning is, in your mind, you think, oh, I can do that. But you really can't. And you're going to hurt yourself if you try to. So I think for some of our homeowners, they think, oh, I can do that. When the reality is you shouldn't, because you're going to hurt yourself. And so I know one of the very first jobs, I think, that you did was you took down a fence that was falling down and hauled it away when, maybe had the husband been feeling better, he might have thought he could do it. But the truth of the matter is, they couldn't. That was why it was in the shape that it was in. So thank you for what you did there.
I know, it's so exciting. And I know he's torn down a couple different fences.
Yeah.
And then when I took down the fence for that person, there was, decades of soil and roots that had gathered behind it that nobody knew about, and it compacted it. It actually took me longer to free up the soil from all those roots than it did for me to take the fence down.
For that person.
And then just a showing MacGyver thing is they didn't really want to spend the money on a new gate, which was adjacent to the old fence. So I had to get creative. So I reused some of the old wood from the fence.
Okay.
So instead of throwing it out, I saved it and used it to repair the gate enough to make it more usable.
Okay.
So, we got the job done. They wanted a gate, but they didn't want to spend the money on a new gate.
Right, right. And they may not have had the money either.
Yeah.
That's what we have to be careful of, especially with the seniors that are living in their homes. They're not able to maintain them anymore really well. They want to stay there. They feel safer. And so he's able to do things that maybe other people are not. Yeah. And he knows what he's doing, which is very helpful.
Well, I'm very careful about not getting myself in too deep either.
Yeah.
I'm not the Einstein of every trade out there. I'm not master of every trade. So I know to be careful in not overstep, or if they would like me to, I can coordinate and get, a professional electrician in there to do something that's a little more dangerous.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a good point. Know what your limits are. So
I know. So what do we see happening in the future? Do you see any big plans for this? What do you think is going to happen with this program?
Well, I don't know how that intersects with in the future when the grants come in and we're building new homes and remodeling homes around other communities as part of the other part of what we do, which I hope to be overseeing that and organizing that.
Yeah.
So right now this is sort of like filler until we reach that island over there of that kind of work. But then this work hopefully will take root and we can continue it. And I think it fills a need.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Because there's, like I was, very expensive professional people out there. It's, there's a need in the community to just be kind of low key, get stuff done. Don't have to be a BMW. So.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to find people who even call you back.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many times I've called different people. No one calls you back. Or I know they're busy and they're doing their thing or whatever. But sometimes if the job's not big enough, they might not even call you back.
Yep, that's true.
So then, I mean, it's a huge gap for seniors or anybody of any age that owns their own home and they're trying to figure out how we can fix this or that. I mean, we all want to take pride in what we own.
Yeah.
So I think it's a huge gap. And maybe eventually we hire somebody else to work with Ron. I mean, that's what I can see happen.
Well, yeah, I can see that too. We have already got visions of what we're going to have him do. And so he might need an assistant to do some of the smaller stuff or take some stuff out of him so that, that's how you grow. So
right. To teach other people how to do it. I mean, craftsmanship is something that's not growing in our community as much as it should be. So if we can take a younger person or maybe somebody who's just retired and needs something to do,
Yeah.
we can teach new skills and be able to have that person do something and
Yeah.
earn some fun. So I'm excited. This is a great program. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Along with our other construction projects. We have big dreams.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to give a shout out because we have had some men in our community that they were in construction, they're retired now,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe they're just the farmer that does some repair stuff on the side.
Mm-hmm.
I think Alan Sense and Al Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
These guys helped us build the emergency shelters,
Mm-hmm.
and they still will step in if we need help. I know Alan has worked with Ron, and together, they got some things done. So I want to say that there are folks out there, but again, they're retired.
Right.
They're not really looking to keep working, even though they'll come help a little bit here and there. So if you're out there and you're listening to this podcast, please give us a call at McPherson Housing Coalition if you have a job and you'd like Ron to come check it out and see if what you need to have done he's able to do, and if not, he'll help point you in the direction that you need to go.
And if you live in another community or any place that you may live and you have check to see if there's a nonprofit that's doing what we're doing, or maybe you want to connect to somebody, or maybe you're a builder that's retired and you want to continue to help other people. Maybe you could start something.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that could grow across the nation and help our seniors stay in their homes. It can teach young people how to do work, all this craftsman, painting, and all those type of things. I think that this could really change and grow into something really important.
Yeah, I do too.
I would love to hook up with the local colleges, the high school, and do this kind of trades, real life. They can come with me. We could talk. I could coach them in what I used to do in the commercial world and show them, how to approach people and, be gentlemanly and get work done and, organize your job, etc. So,
I think the organization part is so important. That's what we
Yeah.
also see is sometimes our contractors, we love all of them, but sometimes they're not as organized as maybe they could be. And so they don't call you back. They don't mean to not call you back, but they've got 10 other jobs and they're trying to figure out how to balance that. So I think teaching that is really important along with the skills. How do you organize? How do you make sure that you're keeping your jobs on track? How do you make sure that you're calling people back? How do you communicate? Let's communicate with people to let them know how much it's going to cost and what your plans are, what you're doing as the contractor. So you're not calling them going, hello, where are you?
Yeah.
You said you were going to be there 2 weeks ago or a month ago and I haven't seen you. So, those type of skills are really important. So not only are you going to teach the people how to do the skill itself, but then also that important communication part.
And how to appreciate the small jobs, because big contractors, the world that I came from, it was easy for me to get work because the big guys that were competing against me, they wanted huge jobs to keep their guys busy for months at a time on a job site. So I cleaned up the mess. I was taking little 1 day, 1 week, 2 week jobs.
Yeah.
And sorry. So I appreciate it's an art form.
Yeah.
To do the small jobs and not always look for the big money makers. You could survive appreciating and doing small jobs efficiently and carefully and lovingly.
Yeah.
So that's what I could teach people in college, in the trades and stuff in high school. So.
Well, and it used to be that Dad taught his sons, and the family worked together, and the trade got passed on.
Yes.
And we've gotten away from that. It's not a part really of our culture of what happens anymore, and we need to go back to that.
We do need to go back to that. I know in our family, so our youngest son and our oldest son both bought fixer-uppers, and my husband was right there beside him. They put a roof on my older son's house. They helped Derek's, right now, my youngest son, Kip and Derek are working on sheetrock. He's got some sheetrock repair in his home, and he's teaching them with little bitty jobs how to fix that so that someday he can do that himself and not have to rely on other people to fix that. But, Ron's been really helpful for us, too, with some of our stuff that we have going on. So, we really appreciate that. My husband's a handy guy, but he can only have so much time to be running around with these properties that we have.
Yeah. Okay, that brings up another point. If you are listening to this podcast and you are a property owner, property manager, a realtor, and you manage other people's properties for rentals, keep us in mind. We can send Ron to meet with you, find out what he can do to help you. I know a lot of times our realtors that do manage property, they're trying to do stuff on their own, but sometimes they're so busy too,
right,
that then it gets pushed back. And so we can maybe help take some pressure off of that situation as well.
Yeah, I think this is great. So what else you got to say, Ron?
I mean, that's touching on a point that I have always aimed for in my life, and that's if somebody calls me, you know, I'm gonna get there right away. You know, I'm not gonna put people off. So, you know, if somebody calls the office and needs something done, I'm gonna, you know, carefully and quickly address it. You know, that's hopefully, you know.
Okay, well, the other thing is we've been kind of brushing around, touching Brush Up Mac coming up in April. And so January, which will be here before we know it, is when we typically start taking those homeowner applications. So if you are a homeowner, low-income homeowner, and you think, ooh, I want to get in on Brush Up Mac this year, be looking at the Senior Center, the Chamber of Commerce, Council on Aging, and you'll be able to pick up an application in January. Or if you are tech savvy, you can go to our website, McPhersonHousingCoalition.org, and you can download that homeowner application. And then starting in February, we start pushing for volunteers. Yeah. So just know that that's coming up.
And I would also add that if you're a senior and you're prideful and you're like, you know, I don't want to ask for help, we have 300 volunteers that show up on a regular basis that want to help you stay in your home. So let us be the community that surrounds you and cares for you. Don't be ashamed. Understand that we're all getting older, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know how that goes, but you know, the alternative is not always great. But don't be prideful. Let us help you.
Yeah.
And there is a place on there that says for income information, and that's only if we have to spend money on your property.
Yeah.
If it's only yard work and we have 50 volunteers, we're going to send them to your house.
Yeah.
So please ask for our help anywhere in McPherson County, and we're happy to come and help you and work with you and be able to make you stay safely in your home.
Yep. All right. Well, this has been a great conversation. Thank you, Ron, for joining Chris and I. And if you would be interested, or you know somebody who would be interested in being on our podcast, Housing for Good, drop us a line. Hey, leave us a review. Let us know what you hate, what you love, how often you listen. And you can do that at housingforgood@McPhersonHC.org. Thank you for listening today.
And have a great day. 23 minutes. That was perfect.
Well,
is there a deadline for